to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. My name is Andrew.
And this is D.
And we are working our way through Titans, not 1998, the 2018
18. There you go.
DC Universe, HBO Max original streaming show. We are on episode 2 of season 2 entitled Rose. You have said this is not going to turn out to be Tara. Other things. Could it be Rose from Rose and Thorn from Superman? Could it be... Nope, okay. Could it be Rose from Doctor Who? No, probably not. Okay.
Was that Karen Gillan?
No, that was Billy Piper.
Billy Piper, okay.
No. No, we're not.
Every show could use a Karen Gillan.
I'm not going to get into my I know too much Doctor Who knowledge. It's burning my brain. Okay. But yes, so we are into season 2 now. We've said farewell to much of our cast. We've established Titan's Tower, and we are ready to go. Also, as we must remind everyone, we met Bruce Wayne, played by Game of Thrones and Resident Evil Apocalypse's Ian Glenn, and Dick Grayson said, "I'm sorry that I said what you were doing was abuse. I'd like your money instead, please." And Bruce Wayne was, "Good. I'm glad you see things my way, Dick Grayson." And so that's how we resolved Bruce Wayne is a psychopathic, abusive foster parent. We're just going to take the money and go, which is probably the most realistic thing about this show so far. Okay. All right. You ready?
Oh, we also introduced Deathstroke.
That's right. Yes.
Played here by the great Isai Morales. So he's going to be a menace this season.
Which is going to be interesting because he's a very grounded, in some ways, villain. So last season we had Supernatural. This season, the appearance of Deathstroke promises kung fu fighting, as it were. We shall see if they deliver. Okay, great. That's a good sign. All right. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play.
All right.
Back we are here. Okay. I swear this gets longer every time we watch it.
Well, they have to keep adding the heroes of movies they'll never do.
Well, I like that they have Spectre in the background there in his full costume, but when they actually had the chance to do that, and it would have been hilarious, they didn't do it. Fucking Stephen Amell dressed like a wrestler version of Spectre. That would have been great.
They had Phantom Stranger on Swamp Thing.
Yep.
And he did not look like I'd expect him to look, but
nope.
What they did with him was pretty decent. You know?
And so now this is season 2, meaning also that we are now into the year where DC Universe was also producing Doom Patrol, and also I think Swamp Thing started in 19. So they had a bit better of a handle on how to make TV shows. They had a year under their belt, and so we've got Raven with her Soul Stone. We've got a silly ass Titan's Tower, and we're doing dick jokes. Cool.
A little more bonding here.
Yep. So, when the show started last season, it took them ages to, well, not ages, but it took them ages to introduce all of the previous Titans, but they were very like iffy. Oh wow, they call it Titan's Tower. Oh my god. Why isn't there just a T in the building? They could have just done a T in the building.
Well, when they showed it the last time, it looked like it was on top of a building, and then
Uh-huh. It's
now when
very,
they show it, it's just a well, they
yeah.
it's weird.
Once again, everyone looks a little bit older than they should for 3 months later because of shooting delays and such,
Hmm.
hairstyle things. Okay, so hey,
Bulkier.
we're getting some stuff here,
Yeah, this is got to learn how to fight,
right?
and Jason's just a badass.
Now, Jason isn't scared that he's going to hit him too hard and he's going to turn into a tiger and eat him.
Nah,
Okay.
he's Jason. He's
Okay.
badass. I don't think they ever really interacted this way in the comics.
Now, Jason wasn't alive long enough.
No, he right. He was only with the Titans very, very briefly, like maybe twice.
I'm sure they thought he'd be back, and then they had plans for it, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, he's dead."
The
Just FYI.
one story is pretty cool because like it was at a time where everybody was gone and the only one left was Wonder Girl.
Okay.
So she had no choice but to call in favors from like former Titans. So she cobbled together a team with like Wally West, like right when he became the Flash.
I vaguely
Speedy,
remember this one. Yeah.
Aqualad. It was just after Crisis, so Aqualad was like, "I'm still tore up over my girl, but yeah, I'll show up." And Hawk from Hawk and Dove, who
Okay.
just lost Dove, so he was like psycho that entire story. It was a good one. It was like 2 issues.
I'm not. I'm not a fan of Dick's new haircut.
Yeah, you don't like the messy.
No, I don't. The messy helmet. I don't like the
Right.
messy helmet. Get it together, man. Charlie Cox gets a haircut. Grant Gustin gets a haircut.
Well, look there. Look how it's
Yeah.
neat right there.
Hmm.
All right. Titans. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
I don't even know like what the sort of appropriate hero team for this vibe would be. Like in DC, this could be like Team
No,
Ultimate Thunderbolts. It'd be all your Thunderbolts is like late 20s. Maybe this could be like a
no. For this, if you had the proper writer, this would have been great for that Judd Winnick run of the Outsiders.
Outsiders. Yes,
Yeah.
but Outsiders has gone through so many things
Well,
that
there was that one Outsiders team, which was basically a
wasn't it basically a
Titans
Titan?
offshoot. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that the new 52 one?
That
No.
was that was
Oh no,
around.
Batman was back for that one. Never
Yeah,
mind.
Batman
That
was
was the
back.
big deal.
It
Batman's
was
leading his own team.
it was a team after um damn.
Hey, it's
Oh,
kind of
it
like Tron.
was after graduation day,
Okay.
I think. because that was when Nightwing was like, "Look, if we're gonna have a team, it's gonna be a team, not friends."
What is
Oh yeah, Hawk and Dove spirited off to Wyoming and started a horse ranch.
Oh, is she still doing the thing where she's not willing to move? Yeah, she's not. She's like, these jeans are really tight. You are not paying me enough to move in tight jeans. I'm sorry, no. We
And
talked
it's
about the butt shots. Like, no,
oh
I don't
yeah,
trust you. I don't trust you not to do butt shots. Sorry.
it's Minka Kelly, man.
They seriously overestimated how much anybody could possibly care about these two. Like,
Well, once they didn't muster up enough, I guess, attention for a spinoff,
they just
this
got
is what you
dumped.
get.
Okay.
Yeah, they get to be B plot on here because they're gonna have a subplot this season.
Okay. So they actually are going to be sticking around. I thought that this was more burn off from,
Oh no,
okay.
this like I say, this season had the most Titans in it.
Okay. Aw, nice hug.
All right, Chicago. Got Starfire here.
Is that Chicago? Is that is that Chicago? I'm not sure. Is that Chicago, Toronto?
That's
Okay.
Toronto.
So she's oh, they're together. Cool.
Yeah, they're a team
Okay.
now.
That's pretty cool.
So cool.
Are we gonna pass Bechdel though? Or are they gonna have to talk about Dick?
This is what they do. This is badass.
Roy Harper?
See, but he never shows up. Unfortunately,
Bummer. And it should have been dude from Arrowverse. That would have been great.
that would have been cool. Like just once, they should have had something with all the originals in it.
Yeah. It's very weird that
Yeah, that's
like
like
I mean Doom Patrol did that. Like Doom Patrol did a flashback and they had the same exact number of episodes, right? Like
huh.
they did an original Doom Patrol episode. So it's yeah, I guess I mean less people are have dibs on the Doom Patrol characters, right? Like and this is DC where we couldn't have two live action Batmans at once because people couldn't tell the difference between Michael Keaton and some guy on TV, right? Like,
All right, here we go. This is our new character. This is Rose.
okay, wow, that thing looks so fucking cheap.
I hate her wig. Like for some reason, this show just went to wig crypt when it came to a lot of the wigs.
I mean, and this is something that, like, well, hey, we got some Venom effects. They did some Venom
Hmm.
trailers, so we can use that effect again. That's cool.
Eddie, I need chocolate Eddie now.
Is that like a fart? She just fart Venom. Oh no! Wow, this is weird that we're doing a story about a teenage girl cutting herself, sort of like good on you type. Oh my god, that wig. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
So you can tell me now, does her acting
Hmm.
ever get any better?
Honestly, she eases into it later.
Okay.
Like it's really not her fault because I don't think she's done much. Like this is probably the biggest thing she's done
Yeah. I mean,
so far.
and it's not like this is the crew to be writing the adventures of a teen demon witch figuring it all out. Like,
All I could say is that she just isn't as annoying as
okay.
you know Queen 11 became.
Oh god, there's gonna be a lot of talking. Why is there so much talking? Okay, here's the thing about this though, is like 90210 was not this boring, right? Like,
Eh,
was it? Was
you
it?
know what?
Weren't there clothes at some point by now in 90210? Didn't we have a car shot by now? Maybe.
Okay, season two is when it was at the height. Season two and three
Okay.
were like the maximum density of 90210. So I guess you could say, yeah, like especially late season two, season three.
Okay. Because it's just like we don't need. We're watching the fucking show, guys. You don't need to tell us all about what's going on in the show. Like, oh wow, okay.
Bzzz.
Is there going to be a Batwoman cameo since Batwoman was shooting in Chicago?
That wouldn't be bad, but
God, I feel like I want to watch the rest of that. Like someday when I have time, I would. But like just in general, like
honestly, I would have watched it if I'd have known. Because what's her face isn't horrible, right?
the sister's
Ruby
great.
Rose.
Rose is fine, and the action's like pretty fucking cool because you're getting Batman act like this is the thing we still haven't had is we have never really had Batman action. Like
Mm-mm.
Zack Snyder promised it a little, but then really quickly turned him into just Ben Affleck's like, no, I'm not even for pretending I'm kicking. I'm not even pretending I'm kicking. Like really quick that happened. So we don't have, and also Zack Snyder action scenes aren't like they're all superhero. There's no stakes to them. But anyway, so Batwoman at least had like a bat hero kicking ass in
Mhm,
costume, them
mhm.
figuring out fight choreography. And it was like cool, right? Like, so that part of it was cool. And that's why I assume it was fine in the second two seasons too.
Mhm.
Um, though I'm sure um, there were some complaints. But no, the sister though, the
Mhm.
Rachel Scarton or whatever that I was
Yeah.
talking about last time, she's actually good. Like there's this whole crop of these actors who came up sort of like Alan Richson's probably in this time period, and Minka Kelly's a little bit earlier because she like
Yeah,
did
she
the
was on a part of a show.
she did the TV she did the TV movie equivalent of a booth babe, basically. Like
Mm,
she played an airhead in something early on, right? Like so
she
many people did.
I can't remember.
Was she in like the Mummy 3 or 2, or was she in Scorpion King as like
Mm-mm.
Somebody was in one of those. Anyway, um, but
By the way, real quick, I just watched Dragon Tomb Emperor or whatever
oh
the
yeah,
other day. It's the third Mummy movie. It
yep.
feels like the fifth.
I
Poor
do.
Brendan Fraser.
Is Maria Bello good in it? I love Maria Bello so much.
You know, she's all right, but there's
Yeah,
no way. They early on they do away with the whole. It's obvious I'm not the same
right,
actress. She's not bad in it. It's really not a bad movie. It's just neither one of them are at all old enough to have a son that old. But
right.
you're supposed to look at it like one of those '40s sequels where they do
Yeah.
that kind of shit.
Where'd she go?
Oh,
You know
wait a
what's a
minute.
good movie? Equius. Equius is just saying. Just on the off chance anybody's looking for a recommendation, Equius is pretty good. And I just watched Nanny with Anna. No, what's how do you pronounce her last name? Dope
Yup.
Doip Diop.
Yeah,
Nanny with Anna Diop, highly recommended.
I gotta see that.
I'm right. She's really good.
I
Like,
put it on the yeah, I got it on
yeah,
I think I got it on the watch list.
yeah. It's by technicality my favorite Bloomhouse movie, I believe.
Oh wow.
They're an associate producer of it, like, but it's
But
a
somebody in Bloomhouse really knows what a good movie is. you know?
right, because their movies tend to have 10% of a good movie in them all,
Yeah,
just a different 10%.
somebody there knows what a good movie is and isn't trying to fucking franchise every goddamn thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I mean, that's kind of what the 90s got right in terms of um like the way they tried to franchise Tales of from the Crypt as a brand, not as a um like sequels. That's I feel like the Bloomhouse approach could be good for something like that, right? You like, and that's what you have in comics, right? You have your imprints, so you have
Dude,
Skybound.
have you seen that last Tales from the Crypt movie?
Nope. I
That
I
shit
mean,
is terrible.
I can
Like
only imagine those shits are like
I shut it off during the Crypt Keeper segment because they couldn't even get the actual puppet. Like they used some kind of like spirit Halloween Crypt Keeper thing. They tried to dress it up and make it
this
look
is the
like it
one
was
that's the voodoo one, right?
the
With
voodoo one.
Jennifer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this shit is garbage.
Okay, well, I didn't mean those as the example, just as
Yeah,
an
yeah,
idea of a franchise
yeah. The
of
franchise of the show. Yeah.
branding a fucking anthology. Like, and if Marvel can do it with Marvel Spotlight, that would be pretty cool. But they're gonna fuck that up because Marvel and Disney try to grow too fast, and we've just learned what happens now. And the same thing happened with what was it called? Alice in Wonderland 2, right? Like, and Maleficent 2 didn't deliver, right? Like
No, that shit flopped.
they once they get a good going spigot or whatever, they run it too fast, too far, and then they're fucked up. You were out heroing, Dawn. We're supposed to be here ranching, but
Dawn, do you believe this? You went to go whoop ass.
you went to the mean streets of Cheyenne, Wyoming.
You shut down a cocaine operation in the middle of nowhere. Who are they selling to? The Reverend?
Okay, now hold on though. If they were breaking up meth, I feel like this is what they should be doing. They should be breaking
Yeah,
up the meth rings of rural America.
but Hank's not for that shit.
Nope. Don't you care, Don? We're here to raise horses. Horses, Don.
Can't do this shit no more. I'm gonna watch you to try yourself.
My brother died, Don. My brother died. Well, that's because this is what it is, though. We're getting a fucking soap opera with superhero stuff tacked on. And that's misunderstanding when people said that Titans and X-Men of the 80s had soap opera pacing. You're misunderstanding what that meant. Like, it's very weird because they're not like doing that. Ah, it's just so weird.
Yeah,
It's Akiva Goldsman. He was like, we can get away with this, guys.
Hank is always snapping on somebody.
Yep. I mean, he's the most comics accurate of
Yeah,
any of the characters because he's just a fucking asshole. And Hank Hall was always a fucking asshole. Like,
but you really like him here, though.
well,
Like,
yeah, because Richardson
Alan
is
Richardson is really
actually,
good.
he
Yeah.
is really likable. Hi, you okay? No, I'm a fucking zombie, man.
Uh
Have you seen an 80s movie? Check this shit out. Empire Pictures.
oh.
Boom.
Produced by Charles Band. Ah.
Look at this shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is it a superhero Stranger Things? Is that what you've been
No,
trying to tell me? No, you're sure? Okay.
no. I think they did all the yeah, they did all the Stranger Things shit last
Wait a
season.
second. Is Rose Batgirl?
No,
Is Rose Katana?
you don't know who Rose is, do you?
I am
In the
perplexed.
comics?
No.
Just wait.
Okay.
It'll come. It'll
All right.
totally come totally clear.
Hey guys, they blew up our thing. Can we come hang out in Bruce Wayne's pen? I'm sorry, Titan's Tower. Is that your dick cave?
Okay, our home is in flames. We got
Yeah.
to roll.
Can we go now? Hurry up. Wait a second. I've slicked back my hair. I mean business right now. Is she like Lady Deathstroke or something? All
Kinda.
right. All right. Hey, you can't leave the cult.
You ain't going nowhere.
I don't care if it's kidnapping. We scour the streets for young girls who are unconscious and bring them back here to Bruce Wayne's lair.
Kind of like Corey Feldman and his Angels.
Oh fuck. I do want to talk about the
Scouring bus
fireplace.
stops.
The fireplace has given me serious Superman 2 memories, though. That this shit does not deserve, but it is.
Can you hand me my hairbrush, Clark? Whoa.
You sound like a cult leader.
Rose, are you centered?
God, I don't like. Broody, skinny white guys. Okay, cool. We've got buffs, broody white guys, and skinny, broody white guys.
Okay, so we needed some like really good action in this episode,
Okay,
and
it's on them.
we're about to get what we should have been watching the whole
Okay.
time.
Okay, so I guess that's what my issue with it is that they're not focusing on the better parts of the
Right, the
episode.
better storylines.
They've got enough shit going on, but instead we've got a
The balance is off.
yeah. Hey, let's have some Gatorade and crackers. I'm not even kidding. She's eating two. Okay, I guess Cheez Its.
Oh, I think this is what turned a lot of people away. There's just a lot of this, a lot of nothing really happening.
So you could just cut this entire scene out, right? Like,
Right,
like
you know,
realistically,
it's only here because we have to have something with these characters because they
right?
exist.
Well, that's what's very strange about the team-based superhero show, which is basically all superhero shows in one way or another that were in the Arrowverse and some tangential ones,
Hmm.
because they just you get too many fucking characters and you can't do a proper show.
No,
This is
well,
it happens to ER, it happens to your
well,
cop shows, it happens to all
ER,
shows.
ER fell into soap operatics after a while,
Well,
I
right,
think,
but
and
growing your cast is never the way to
the
save
one
the day.
the one show to me that works with this type of dynamic though, I think it's only because I watched maybe half of the first season. Stargirl wasn't bad.
Okay. I have not
Like,
seen Stargirl, and that is sort of the final culmination of DC Universe and CW. So I do want to check that
yeah,
out. Yeah.
and from what I saw of that show, the team dynamic and how shit works, I always said it should have been like that on this show, and it just really doesn't. For the most part, they're very fractured, and Titans is known as like close knit. You know,
Right.
like you got too much dick off here somewhere, and then you got too much of everybody else. You know, then you got this, which I wouldn't mind seeing a spinoff with these two.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Shimmer. And this is comics accurate because
Was
she
Shimmer
was part of who were they? The Fearsome Five? She had a brother. The brother
okay.
was Mammoth. I always get the Fearsome Five and the Brotherhood of Evil mixed up. Maybe she was part of the Brotherhood. I can't remember, but
Oh, it that was it?
yep.
Sorry. Okay. I mean, yeah, it was fine, but that was it. Okay. I, I was expecting an action sequence longer than something from the Linda
It
Carter
should have been.
Wonder Woman show. Like, oh shit. Hey,
Yep, there we
Bruce.
go.
Hi. Can you call me dad yet, Dick?
What are you doing home, Bruce? It's the middle of the night.
Well, I'm reading Japanese.
Shouldn't Batman be on patrol, Bruce?
Well, what I love is that you've never seen. Have you ever even seen Ian Glenn run in a fucking movie? Like, dude,
Look at him. He
dude
doesn't look
is
like he looks like he orders people to run for him. Like,
yeah, like he's a fine like. I mean,
he's got that
get
Peter
get
Lawford energy.
yeah, get somebody who could jog, right? Get somebody who you even believe would play handball. Nicholas J. Nolte, you could believe playing handball, right? Like before that, the reality of Nick Nolte, I think we have to just acknowledge is in the 70s, he was really obnoxious on basketball courts and used a lot of words that he shouldn't have. Um, Culminating in 48 hours, which is like, holy shit. Like, how is
Yeah.
this okay for 1982? What they just fucking said. Like,
Wait, honestly, 48 hours feels like a almost like a 70s movie when you
well,
watch it
that's
now.
yes, because if it had been made in 1976, it wouldn't seem quite as shitty, right? Like,
No, because it would have been right at home with all the rest of that gritty shit
right. It could have
doing.
been, it would have just been like the serious version of that movie, the sort of the studio trying to do a black exploitation movie but not being able to commit. Like, but
Which
oh,
reminds me, you must see the Brotherhood of Death.
that's on the list from last time, but it's going on the new list. I
Yeah.
got I got a new list going.
Brotherhood of Death, it's short. It's very short.
Well, I am absolutely loving that we are actually getting remasters of fucking 70s movies. Oh, it's Roy Harper on the phone.
See, look at that. It
Re-
sucks, man. He doesn't show up.
nope,
Oh, she's got the last one.
we're just buds.
Okay. Now here we go. I really can't stand this dude's acting. I don't know if that's his actual voice or he does his voice to do that,
Mm,
but he sucked in the Tyler Perry movie he was into.
so it's kind of a bummer that now that I'm seeing how the alien thing works in here, it's a bummer that there couldn't have been some tie into Supergirl because when Supergirl did its whole like incredibly sincere but incredibly cringy space aliens inclusion season, like with some great acting from that Sam Witwer guy, I think his name was, as a fucking um, ex-
Hmm.
extremist, though in the current parliament, just be a fucking regular white guy. But because they like did some cool stuff with the aliens on Earth thing, that would have been kind of cool. Because I
Mm.
mean, they did, but it would have been cooler. It wasn't good, but I don't know. The guy was good. Martian Manhunter was good. The guy who played Martian Manhunter was good, and Carl Lumley was his dad, and that was amazing. And
Oh, that's right.
they fucked
I
him
remember
over.
that.
He had a bad finale, but he was amazing
Oh,
as the dad. So amazing they like brought him back as an Obi-Wan, I believe.
oh wow.
They were like, "Oh, nobody likes the show. Everybody liked Carl Lumley being on it." It was when Supergirl's budget hadn't started getting cut, so they were trying to like retain the feel of CBS on CW.
Uh, yeah, I gotta motivate myself to watch that.
I mean, I
The thing I don't like about it is that it's so clearly just like Arrow was just on because you couldn't get a Batman show on the
yeah,
CW, and Supergirl was sort of taking up Superman's spot till somehow they cobbled up a Superman show, and it just I don't know. Supergirl is supposed to have a different role. I think. I think they could have brought back the kind of Buffy vibe, maybe if she was younger.
it, Supergirl's got. I think it's the second season. Supergirl's got a really good season in there. Like, and then
Because there's this thing where it's like,
it's not the first season though. It's not like Flash. Flash's first season is like fucking killer.
mm, I
But
probably
the
would have had more interest if the show was Power Girl as opposed to Supergirl.
right. Well, you've also got to remember. Yeah, I mean, the other thing was is Superman couldn't be in there, and
Mm,
so
right, he couldn't be in it till they
season
finally.
3 or 4
Yeah,
they finally got permission because people couldn't tell that that was a different Superman that was in. Okay, Rose Wilson. Oh, it's
yeah.
um
Slade's daughter,
well, Ravenger.
Ravager. Yeah,
Okay,
from the comic.
yeah.
Um, she came in kind of late in the game in Titans, and was for the most part of Arsenal's team, and she didn't really come back till they redid the Teen Titans,
Okay.
with Robin and Superboy and all those.
All right.
Then we were told that Deathstroke was actually drugging her to be under his control. She had a pretty good storyline. So yeah, the big drop here. Rose is Deathstroke's daughter.
All right, and we're getting a sense of what our season 2 is going to be. I don't like how not only is the balance off, the like timing of the balance is off. Like the whole thing is just like,
Yeah, you just
what
don't
happened to
really.
Hawk and Dove? Like, well, I also like that the music is so like bad because I swear, no, the music on Doom Patrol is great. I fucking listened to the soundtrack to Doom Patrol season 2. I was listening to the soundtrack the other day. It's great. They
Mm.
clearly were like, here's some like AI remixes of something here. That's our score for Titans. You don't care? Cool. It's fucking hilarious. Ah, all right. So that was Rose and yes, I knew Ravager existed. Maybe I even knew um
She didn't really come up till a little later. For a
but
while, she was just Rose.
who was Tara's
Hmm?
dad?
Tara
Was
didn't
it
have a dad.
I thought she
Tara
was
Tara's family was she was half sister to Geoforce, and
was it
Geoforce was like
Mark?
royalty.
Yeah, was
Markovian, yeah,
she but she was Deathstroke's sleeper
right.
agent,
Deathstroke,
right? Okay.
right, right.
But they weren't related. Okay. Cool.
No, they weren't related. They nowadays there's a big problem now when you read that storyline because Tara was supposed to be about 15 years old.
Oh, so it's just the professional, is what you're saying. It's
Yeah,
just,
the
yeah, it's just
professional.
the professional.
It's a very illicit version of the professional because
Jesus
we don't.
Christ. I mean, hey now, Jim Aparo, Dick, or no, Jason Todd and Bruce Wayne. Jason Todd was only like 15 too. So they were equal access there during the 80s. Um, when Bruce Wayne and Jason Todd had to like work out and get sweaty all the time. It was fucking it's weird to look back on it. Like that there was like exercise montages like it was a fucking episode of season 3 Star Trek The Next Generation with Crusher and Troy.
Death,
Okay. Sorry.
Deathstroke and Terra's thing was so bad that even 30 years later, Marv Wolfman and George Perez habitually apologize for it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they
Wow.
they they changed it in the animated movie.
Oof.
You know, they like
Damn.
every time. I think they've retconned it too, to where he claims he didn't do anything because otherwise,
Oh. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
they don't show anything, but there's
Okay.
a couple of panels in an issue that that are a little too suggestive that something's happening, and then
Jesus Christ. Okay.
when Beast Boy goes to confront Deathstroke later, he asks, he flat out asks, and Deathstroke doesn't give an answer, but it's like, well, there you have it. His whole
Okay.
reply is, well, would it have mattered?
Damn.
Yeah. So it's
Okay. So we're ending on a high note. Next week is ghosts. Jesus. All right. Yes. Ghosts next week. Um and wow. Um
mm. You got
whew,
to read the Judas Contract, man.
I know, I know, I know, I know.
It's like the Titans.
I've been trying to get through.
I don't know why people love the cartoon so much. I mean, if you read that comic, the cartoon is bullshit. Like,
Well, I wanted to do Legion,
right? Yeah.
and then I was going to start doing Titans after I was a little bit more underway on Legion, but Legion's a fucking slog because,
No, to me, Legion don't work unless Superboy or Supergirl is in it. I don't know
oh,
why,
it's just,
because you don't really care. There's too many characters to care about. It to even
they're all assholes. Like, they're just a
right.
bunch of assholes.
They're very jerky, and I never understood why the future only had this team of teenagers as superheroes. What happened to like the Justice League and I don't know.
Well, yeah. Um, some good art, though, obviously, of
It
the
always
era.
had good art. That's part of the reason why I even bothered with the Legion.
But yeah. So because I was like, I'll start with the Paul Levitz 70s stuff, not the 80s stuff. It's only like 3 years of comics in between. How long can that take?
Oh,
Oh,
everything from the '70s that still has Superboy in it is great. I think.
well, this is when he laughed.
Oh, right after he left.
This is no, it yeah, no, I got to read some of the stuff where he was there, and there was
Uh
the
huh.
great James, somebody artist who was just amazing, and it was just like good. And then all of a sudden, Jerry Conway has taken over. He got rid of Superboy,
But
and
Superboy, I don't know how far you are, but he comes back.
he's not back yet. Yeah, because he's back for the some of the Keith Giffen, Paul Levitz run.
Right, he does come
And
back.
that's what I'm trying to get to. And I'm just like, for
Uh,
fuck's sake. I swear, I read all of the DC Star Treks in like a sitting once. There were years of those. How can it be taking so long with Legion of Superheroes? But anyway,
so you haven't done? Oh shit! Are you past Great Darkness Saga yet?
no, I'm nowhere
Oh
near
wow,
that. I'm nowhere
wow.
near. I'm in
Okay.
1978 or something still.
Oh, but that's
Maybe
still
79. No, Superboy's gone.
when
No,
did no? Because
Superboy's gone.
couldn't have been gone. Because what's it
He
called? It didn't start till '80.
well then it's onto 80 then.
Yeah, it
I
has to be '80.
when
Because
the new when yeah,
right,
spin-off,
New
he got his
Adventures
book.
started in
Yeah, yeah,
'80.
yeah.
Yeah,
When he decides he's gonna go home and live his life
right.
instead of
Because
pretending to grow up in the future. There's this great bit about how you all and somebody either got immediately dropped or something, or they did have a universe destroying thing, so maybe it got retconned. But there's actually a bit about how like Superboy, he's been coming back to the future at different times. And so the Legion aren't really teenagers. They take like drugs to keep them young to deceive
Yeah,
Superboy.
I
It's
have
just
that issue.
like,
Yeah, where at the
holy
end
shit, this is
they have to
fucking
put him in a
weird.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put him in that machine to like
It's just like, dude, this is
they
fucking
explain
weird,
that
dude.
the Legionnaires who are in their 30s and 40s are actually the reason why they still look. Yeah, because I always question that. Even when like, you ever notice Superman when he teams with the Legion, they still don't look like adults, or they still look younger than him for some
Yeah,
reason.
man. It's some weird fucking, yeah. It's like, all right, well, we're not going to solve the Legion.
No,
All
that's
right.
why it never works. It never. It always crashes.
It just, I don't know, man. I did have faith in when it seemed like Legion was going to be an Arrowverse spinoff led by Mon-El. I
Mm.
thought that they could pull that shit off. I really did. They were really riding high, and that's right when it all fell apart. And it's because one of their executive producers, who clearly was a very talented producer, was a sex pest. So
Uh,
they lost him and just everything fell apart. And the only one that really ever regained its steam was Legends. All right. On that note, we shall be back next week with Ghosts, episode 3 of season 2 of Titans.
mhm.
And yep, we'll see you back at the tower, as it
It's
were.
San Francisco.
San Francisco's scenic Titans Tower.
Nighty night.